Now we're going to cut the stems off. We're just going to use the bulb. Actually, that's a big one, so we're going to use half of this. And what you want to do is you want to take out this center part here because it's tough. So it almost tastes like celery and a little licorice. This is tough, so be careful. Getting this piece out sometimes is not easy, as you can see. Let's turn it this way. Aha! Came right out. Okay. And now you know what, I'm going to take this outer piece off because I don't like the looks of that. Okay, here we go. Actually, the fennel is really good even raw, like in salads. I love to eat it in salads. It has a very clean taste, very fresh. My aunts in Italy, actually, they like to cook it and saute it with a little garlic and olive oil, and they actually steam it, and it's wonderful as a side dish. We'll make that on another show. But it really is nice, very, very nice, because once it cooks down, it becomes very soft. And it's not a very strong licorice flavor, so don't get me wrong on that. It's very subtle. It's very nice. All right, I think that's good. That piece there. Put that in the pan. And of course, garlic. Got to have some garlic. So yeah, I've been to Turkey. It's very beautiful. If you haven't been, it's just beautiful. And my brother-in-law took us, and some family over from Italy met us there, and oh, we had such a wonderful time. Wonderful time. If you haven't been, you have to go. So I'm just chopping up the garlic a little bit here, and I chopped up a little bit of parsley as well. And then to this, we're going to add some tomatoes. Now, what I have is I've got a small can, like about a 15-ounce can of just like diced tomatoes, and I've just put them through the blender. And once this cooks down a little bit, then we're going to add the tomatoes to this mixture, okay? I have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to assemble our pie. We're going to put all of our ingredients together for the lamb, and I'm going to show you how to make the polenta. Today's show is sponsored in part by Lucia's Kitchen. I make my own tomato sauce, mild and a little spicy, which can be found at the Italian store in Arlington. Welcome back. As you see here, I have best invention ever, these already made pie crust, and all you do is you put them in the pan and you just bake them for like 10 to 12 minutes until they're a little golden brown. Then you can fill them with whatever you like. So we're just going to do one. It's not a pie where it's, you know, with the top. It's just the bottom. So now we can fill it with our onion and mushroom mixture that we've made. Just like that. God, if you could smell this, smells so good. And then to this, we're going to add a little bit of goat cheese. And then we're going to pop it in the oven just so that cheese can melt. I'm telling you, you're going to impress your friends with this. It's kind of, it's rustic, you know, and it looks homemade. It's kind of free-form, that's why I like it. Probably good. Oh, what the hell. Might as well use it all, right? That pan's getting heavy. Guess I have to go to the gym a little bit more often. David, if you're watching, yes, I will do more arm work. Okay. All right. Wow. Look at that. That looks yummy. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of goat cheese on top of this. And you just want to break it with your fingers. Just like that. And that's just going to give it a nice, rich, zesty, creamy kind of a flavor. Oh, good. And we'll pop this in the oven just for about 15-20 minutes or so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to finish our lamb mixture by adding the feta cheese. And as you can see, I've added the tomatoes that I talked about, a little bit of oregano. Now we're going to add about a cup of feta. That was just a half a cup, so let's put a little bit more in here. And this is, you know, already crumbled, this kind. It's good. Okay. And let's give that a little stir. I'll break this up just a little bit more. Some of these pieces of feta, you have to be careful. They might be a little big, you know. Feta doesn't really melt that well, but it works in this dish. Gives it a little bit of a salty flavor. Makes it a little more Turkish, if I might say, for my brother-in-law, Mete. So let's make our polenta. Let's make our polenta. Now in this pan, I have milk, little bouillon cube, and a little bit of butter. And to this, we're going to add the polenta, and we're going to keep stirring, stirring, stirring. You want to do just a little bit at a time. Polenta is actually, it's cornmeal is what it is. And it's good as a base, as a starch in place of rice. This cooks, I like this one because it cooks up pretty quickly, but they don't call it instant. And what this will thicken. Very, very quickly it will thicken. Just keep stirring it here. If you don't want to use milk, you can use broth, like chicken broth or vegetable broth. That works just fine too. I think the milk makes it a little richer, a little creamier. Almost done. All right, I think we can pour that all in there now. All right, so now we just stir, stir, stir till this gets thick. It's already getting thick. So it's just about done. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a really thin layer at the bottom of these little tartlet pans. Aren't they cute? They're like the cutest little thing. And then we're going to add some of the lamb mixture on top of that. Okay, that's good. That's done. So let's do that. We're gonna fill this up with just a little bit at the bottom. So you can always add more, but let's see what we have here. You don't want to make this first layer too thick. I think it's easier to work with just like this. That looks like we need a little bit more at the bottom here. Just a tad bit more. Spread this out. You want to work quickly because when polenta starts to cool off, it solidifies. It gets a little bit, you know, thicker or drier, and I experimented with this at home, and my niece and I had a good time playing with this, trying to figure out what consistency worked better. And all right, so now we're going to take the mixture, the meat mixture, we're going to put it right on top, just like that. Because once you bake this, it's all going to come together and be nice and firm. And the cheese is going to be a little, obviously, softer and melt a little bit. And it looks so pretty. It really looks pretty on the plate. Wait till you see it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to top it with a little bit more polenta, almost like a sandwich. You're almost making a polenta sandwich. And of course, we're going to garnish it a little bit. Okay. I'm going to just keep going with the other three, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven for about 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes or so. When we come back, I'll show you what it looks like plated. It's gorgeous. Welcome back. As you can see, everything turned out, I think, pretty nice. Now it's time to taste it. The caramelized onion and mushroom tart, or, well, pie. I'm sorry, not tart, but pie. Let's give that a taste. Wow. That is so good. I guarantee you're going to love that. The goat cheese has just melted and given it that little tangy flavor. Of course, it's a little spicy because I use a little cayenne pepper. This is going to be your showstopper right here, guys. What I've done is I've surrounded it with a little spicy tomato sauce. And let's try it. That is crazy good. You are going to impress your friends and your family, I guarantee it. I'm all out of time for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. And as they say at our house, a tavola!